Good day, and welcome to the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas. So great to have you with me again this week. This week, August 31st through September the 6th, we're not having as much tension with the planets as we have been having over the last couple of weeks. This should make things flow much more smoothly. And we don't really have any long void of course moons except for Friday, which is relatively short. We have been getting a lot more rain and humid weather with Neptune moving through the chart of Houston. I anticipated that this time of the year would be wetter than normal. I talked about this on my lecture, Houston 2014, which is still available if you're interested. I will be doing my holiday lecture series in December of this year, 2014, as I not only cover the chart of Houston, but the USA and the Dow Jones for 2015. And in January, I'll be doing my annual Journey Through the Signs for 2015, my yearly lecture about what's going on for each sign. If you would like to contact me, you can always reach me at Lillyroddyshow@AOL.com, Lillyroddyshow.com, or find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. Let's look at the upcoming week of August 31st through September the 6th, 2014. And I'm having a really dry day, so I'm going to be drinking a lot. Sunday, August the 31st, the moon continues in Scorpio, the evaluator, all day. The moon sextiles Pluto at 1:09 a.m. If you're awake, this is a great time to be having a heart-to-heart talk with anyone that you're emotionally connected to. If you're asleep, this just makes your dreams more intense. In the afternoon, the moon conjuncts Saturn at 2:10 p.m. We're taking a hard look at reality this afternoon. This can be a good time to be focused on a particular project and pushing through until you're completed. Emotionally, we may be feeling unappreciated or just melancholy. Watch out for too much self-criticism. The moon conjuncts Mars in the late evening at 8:51 p.m. This evening, our emotions are especially expressive and dynamic. We're all feeling a bit edgy and defensive during this time. It's a good time for a workout, an adventure, or just challenging yourself. Monday, September the 1st. Happy Labor Day. The moon starts the day in possessive Scorpio, but quickly enters Sagittarius in the afternoon. The moon squares Venus at 2:17 a.m. If you're awake or asleep, you are wanting to satisfy your physical needs and desires. The moon sextiles Mercury at 10:40 a.m. If you are working today, this is a good time to be contacting people, organizing your files, and keeping a good attitude about it all. The moon is now void of course in Scorpio from 10:40 a.m. until the moon enters broad-minded Sagittarius at 12:17 p.m. After the moon enters Sagittarius, she does not make any other aspects for the rest of the day, although she is not void of course. Keep your agenda flexible for the rest of the day. This is a good day to connect with people from your past. Later in the evening, the moon squares Neptune at 11:20 p.m. This is a great time to be at home safe in your own bed. We're all seeking a little time to ourselves. Tuesday, September the 2nd, the moon continues in legalistic Sagittarius all day. There's a mouthful to say. Mercury enters Libra at 12:38 a.m. for approximately the next 25 days. Mercury is our communicator, and in the sign of balance and harmony, she will try to bridge a gap between differing points of view. The moon squares the sun at 6:11 a.m. We all should be up early and getting on with our day. We have a lot to do and we're not sure that we're going to get it all done. Give yourself extra time if you have early meetings this morning. Not much later, the moon trines Jupiter at 7:10 a.m. This combination lightens up our mood and gives us a much more positive attitude for the rest of the morning. This is a great morning for almost any type of activity, business or personal. In the afternoon, the moon trines Uranus at 4:38 p.m. Our upbeat attitude continues through the later afternoon. We will need a little change of pace. So look for things to do that heighten your intellect and your interest. It's a great afternoon to be having coffee with friends. Excuse me. Wednesday, September the 3rd, the moon continues in culturally minded Sagittarius as the day begins. The sun trines Pluto at 11:08 this morning a.m. This combination of planets makes us look at our existing resources and how to make the best use of them for our future security. We are interested in the big picture and looking for things that really work, not just theories. This is a good time for any type of long-term strategic planning, especially related to business or security. This aspect, Sun trine Pluto, is in effect all day. The moon trines Venus at 1:06 p.m. It's a great afternoon for any type of negotiations, seeing clients, or having to work closely with others. And it's a particularly good time to take a long lunch with those very same people. The moon is now void of course in Sagittarius at 1:06 p.m. until the moon enters diligent Capricorn at 5:15 p.m. In the evening, the moon squares Mercury at 10:04 p.m. We're wanting to talk about our day at the end of this day. We are mentally processing the interactions that we had. We may also be bored and looking for things to entertain or distract us. This may also make it harder to go to bed early this evening. Thursday, September the 4th, the moon continues in conservative Capricorn. The moon sextiles Neptune at 3:29 a.m. This should make it a great night for sleeping with this great moon-Neptune aspect. In the morning, the moon conjuncts Pluto at 11:56 a.m. Our sensors are turned up very strong today. We'll be picking up on the subconscious motives of the people we encounter this late morning. This is a great time for inventory, getting to the truth, or being very real with your feelings. We're a bit more sensitive and we may need more time to ourselves. The moon trines the sun at 1:45 p.m. We're definitely feeling more upbeat this afternoon, but we're staying on track with our agenda. This afternoon is much better time for meetings, seeing clients, or just having to exist on the planet. In the evening, the moon squares Uranus at 7:41 p.m. This evening, we're looking for a break in our routine. Get out and do something different. Otherwise, you could easily feel bored and trapped. And in the very late evening, the moon sextiles Saturn at 11:57 p.m. Rationality and reason finally bring this day under control with this combination of planets. This is an especially good time to get yourself prepared for tomorrow. Friday, September the 5th, the moon continues in practical Capricorn as the morning progresses. The moon does go void, of course, at 10:08 a.m. until 6:59 p.m. Set your more important meetings before that time or after that time. The moon sextiles Mars at 10:08 a.m. We're feeling especially active and energetic this whole morning. It's a great time to contact new people or start new projects. The moon is now void, of course, in Capricorn at 10:08 a.m. Keep following your agenda and you will do fine. Venus, planet of love and beauty, enters Virgo the Virgin for approximately the next 23 days. With Venus in Virgo, we work to refine the things we love. The moon enters Aquarius, the sign of the rebel, at 6:59 p.m. We are more connected after this time and certainly more social. This is a nice evening to be out with friends. Saturday, September the 6th, the moon continues in freedom-loving Aquarius. The moon trines Mercury at 4:52 a.m. If you're awake, this is a great time for writing, organizing, or designing your web page. Otherwise, we're all trying to get a little bit more structured. In the afternoon, the moon opposes Jupiter. We have a very broad perspective this afternoon. This is a good time for something as simple as getting out of town for the weekend or working on a project that continues to expand your educational process. We will all feel more optimistic with this combination. Later in the evening, the moon sextiles Uranus at 8:05 p.m. Our lighthearted energies continue well into the evening. This can be a great time for meeting with friends, meeting new friends, or involving yourself in a community project. Well, that's our show. As always, thank you for joining me as I share my astrological musings with you. Join me next week as we look at September the 7th through the 13th in 2014. This is the Lilly Roddy Show, coming to you from the LRS studios here in Houston, Texas, and reminding you to keep those stars in your eyes. Bye-bye.